All right, good morning, everybody. Started seeing all the weather reports and the road reports, and it's like, yeah, I'm glad we turned around. 8, 7, 4, 3, heels up, right, then left, right, and left. All right, today we're gonna try to do both. So lift both sets of toes, both heels. So when we lift our toes, try to keep your buns tucked under. So this is easy, right? Lift, lift. We have 4 more. So lift the toes, lift the heels. Brace the core, use those muscles on the fronts of your legs. Lift, lift. We're gonna march right in the center. So thighs come up close to parallel to the floor. We're gonna start to add a little bit of a forward arm reach, working our shoulders. 4, 3, tap it to the side. We're gonna take our arms out. Try to think we're wiping off a table. Arms as close to parallel to the floor as you can get. Shoulders are relaxed. There's 4, 3, tap the toes back. We're going to tricep press. So little glute squeeze, reach the arms back. 8, 7, 4, 3, knees come back up in the center. We're gonna start to add that little bit of a rotation. 4, 3, 2, good hamstring curls right here. Hand reaches towards your opposite hip, or towards your opposite heel. They both start with an H. Good. 4, 3, 2, slow deadlift right in the center. Feet hip width apart, hinge it forwards, stand up tall. So we're bracing our core. Kind of a test is one hand on the front, one hand on the back. No arching and rounding. Everything's neutral. So push the hips back, squeeze to stand up. Push it back. Chest is nice and tall. We don't have to get to the floor. Good. Take it forward and hold it. Reach the arms out. Open and close your book. Open and close. Open the shoulder back behind you. The arm just kind of follows along. So focus on the shoulder and the torso. Good. 2. Bring it up. Slow squat. Sit down. Stand up. If you need to, if you've got a chair nearby, you can absolutely sit down in your chair and stand back up again. Sit and stand. So ribs are a little bit tucked in. If we brace our core and we find that happy neutral spine position, it actually makes it easier for us to do our squats. Good. 1 more. Forward step and reach. Forward, pull it back. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Start to drop your back knee down towards the floor. Doesn't have to touch. 3, 2, side lunge, step it out, hold it in place. Little side to side. We do have side lunges today as one of our exercises. 4, 3, 2, hold it in the center, cat-cow. So hands on the thighs. Inhale and exhale. This is pelvic arching, pelvic tucking. Our focus is a little bit more low back. In and out. If you don't want to arch and round the back, you're going to belly breathe. So you're just going to inhale, belly gets bigger. Exhale, pull the belly button in. Couple more. Keep the legs nice and wide. Walk it out into your plank. I'm going to move just to turn sideways. We're going to walk it out, hold it, and then walk it all the way back up again. So hinge it forwards, and then walk it back. So I'm trying to get a little hamstring stretch. If you need to bend your knees a little bit more to get closer to the floor, that's understandable. Or if you need to use your chair. But I always encourage you to practice. The more you practice something, the better at it you're going to get. If you never practice it, you're really going to struggle when you have to do it. Good. Let's take it all the way out into a plank. Hold it in that plank position. We're going to go for a down dog. So down dog, back to plank. Down dog, back to plank. You can do this at an incline. You're golden. One more. Down dog. Back to plank. Walk it all the way back up to a standing position. Roll the shoulders, come into the center. We're gonna do our heel stomps or our jumps. So stomp, stomp. Soft knees. I really want you to think stomping the heels down. So yes, we're going up, but I want you to think stomp, stomp. 8, 7. Here's 4, 3. March it out, shake it out, roll the shoulders. Up, back, and down. Grab a super quick drink of water. We're gonna go ahead and get started with our workout. We have 4 circuits, 3 exercises per circuit, 45 seconds work, 15 seconds rest, 2 rounds. The first 2 circuits, we're gonna do right side and then left side. If you need to alternate or do both, that's perfectly okay. So what we're gonna do is, if you wanna use a dumbbell, great, but we're gonna do a dumbbell on one side only, and then we're gonna do a squat to a lunge, a squat to lunge. Second exercise is our side lunge. Third exercise is a push press. So it's not just an overhead press, it's a mini squat, and you're using the energy in your legs to help get that dumbbell up towards the ceiling. So it's a little bit more cardio. What we're gonna do, uneven squat to a lunge, all on one side. 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So dumbbell here, we're gonna squat, stand, lunge, and center. So squat, stand, lunge, and back into the middle. When we step it back, we step straight back and straight forwards. So we go from hip width, we stay at hip width when we step back into our lunge. We don't want to step back and come super narrow. Remember, hip width apart is a nice, good position for our body to be in. So 1 squat, 1 lunge. Good, we've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I'm gonna switch my dumbbell to my other hand. The leg that stayed in front is gonna be the one that steps out to the side. So I stepped back with this leg. I'm gonna step out to the side with this one to do my side lunge right here. So I'm gonna step it out, and then I'm gonna come back up again. So out, and good push. It's okay if your side lunge is out here. I don't expect everybody to take big steps or to get all the way down to the floor. You know your hips, you know your knees. It's just a good side step out and bring it back in. And when we step out, we don't want to push the knee forwards. And we don't want to step out and then just bend over. You shouldn't feel dizzy when you do these exercises. If you do, you might be going a little more down and up with your upper body than you need to. Here's 2 and 1. Bring it in. So we step out, we sit back. All right, dumbbell right to your shoulder. Itty bitty little lunge. Just think when you pick something up and you've got to push it up and it's a little heavier than you thought. 2, 1. So itty bitty squat and push. Itty bitty squat and push. This is a little power push. You go right from squat, stand into that press. So we don't want to do down, up, and then push. Push. It's kind of all one move. Transfer the energy from your lower body into your upper body. Can you do this here? Yes, you can. You can do side raise. We just want to make sure that we're not leaning. So a side raise is okay. So little transfer. So you've got to get something up on a shelf, and that shelf is like an inch too high. Good, rest. Switch it over to the other side. So same thing, starting with our uneven squat into our lunge. So dumbbell is on the other side, opposite leg is gonna step it back. Here we go. So squat, stand, lunge, and lift. Remember, here and here is fine. We want to try to go as deep as your body will let you go. So squat, Step back into a lunge. Keep those feet, those hips, hip width apart. I hope your hips stay hip width apart, but keep those feet hip width apart, forwards and back. 15 seconds. Adding a dumbbell to one side only is challenging your core so that we're not leaning to one side or the other. Here's 2 and 1. Switch the dumbbell to the other hand. The leg that was in front is going to step out to the side. So nice, good side lunge. 4, 3, 2, 1. So step out and then push off. So step, push the hip back and come in. So it looks like I'm pushing out and I'm not. I'm stepping out, sit back into your hip, come tall. If you can go a little farther, it's going to be a little bit of a deeper stretch on your inner thigh. But again, ribs are tucked, chest lifted. We don't want to get our upper body parallel to the floor. We don't want to be here, but we also don't want to just arch our back just to keep our chest lifted. Nice, good reach, hinge it. Hinging comes from here, right at that crease. Good job, bring it in. Hand goes, dumbbell goes back to the first hand. Push, press, push, press. So it's little squat, transfer the energy. 2 and 1. So it's really just a little knee bend. Little knee bend. So down, push through your feet, transfer that energy into your arm. This is actually a good way to try to lift a little heavier. If you're not able to do it strict, which this is strict, but if you need a little help, do this, as long as it's under control. If you need to do a side raise instead, go for the side raise. But just think about all the things that we have to put up on the shelf, put away, and sometimes it's a little heavier or it's a little higher than we thought. 2 and 1. Good job. Dumbbells down, walk around, grab a drink, move on. Circuit number 2, 2 upper body exercises, 1 lower body. So we're gonna do a row, then we're gonna do a rear fly, and then we're gonna do a single leg deadlift. So row, rear fly, and single leg deadlift. If you need to do feet hip width, great. But if you can torture one of your legs, that's the leg that's gonna be holding your weight for the row and the rear fly, and then that's the leg that's gonna be doing your deadlift. But you do what works. So we've got 45 seconds, one side only, in 3, 2, and row right here. So just nice, good forward fold, drive it back, and bring it in. Drive and in. So I just have kind of a lunge position. I do have my back heel down. You can have your back heel up if you wanna kind of torture your front leg a little bit more, but if you can do back heel down, hand on your thigh, or hand on a chair, or a countertop, but back, we don't wanna go here. And we don't wanna have our upper body rounded. So it's just a nice, tall, open chest, neutral spine. Your back looks a little bit like a ski slope, but we want a gradual ski slope. We don't want the big slope where you go flying off the end. Good, bring it in. Going for rear fly, same arm. If you want to do a single-sided band pull apart, you can. That's an option. Good, 3, 2, 1. So we're just going to lift out and bring it back in. Lift out, bring it in. Keep the body nice and neutral. Sometimes we get to here and then we start to rotate our torso. We want to use the shoulder blade and those muscles around the shoulder blade and mid-back to do the lift. So if you feel this in the side of your arm, try to go a little bit more forward folded and think about if you were doing a band pull, how your arm would be. So you can do a single-sided band pull, you're golden. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. single leg deadlift. So the leg I've had in front is going to be the one working. The dumbbell, or the arm that was doing the dumbbells, is the one that's going to hold my dumbbell here. 3, 2, 1. I am going to lift my back leg and I'm going to go for a full balancing deadlift. If that is just not your cup of tea today, have your foot on the ground and go for a kickstand deadlift, okay? So if you're just not feeling single-sided with your leg coming up, then I want you to just have that kickstand down so that you can still get a good workout on that leg. So torso tall, shoulders are down and back. Again, we're trying to stay parallel to the floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. We're going to switch it over to the other side. Row, rear fly, single leg deadlift. So just come back into a nice lunge position, supported. 2 and 1. Good. Drive it back. Nice, good row. So again, little forward fold, nice neutral spine. We want to pull towards the front of our hip versus towards our armpit. If you're coming towards your armpit, you're getting a lot more biceps. We want to focus on back of the arm. These are some of our posture muscles that are going to help us stay nice and tall. Good posture muscles are going to help us prevent back pain, reduce back pain by keeping our body up nice and tall. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go for rear flies. This one is usually a light to medium weight for most people. And then same body position. So tall, hinge it. Back of the hand is going to lift up towards the ceiling. Parallel to the floor is as high as you need to go. If you're going higher than parallel, check to make sure you're not rotating your body and check to make sure you're coming straight out to the side versus like back or way front. So really most of us parallel to the floor, maybe a little farther back is about as far as we're going to go. Good. 15 seconds. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Dumbbells down. We're gonna go for our single leg deadlift or our single sided deadlift. Kickstand if that's what you're feeling today. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So we're nice and tall. So your first option, kickstand deadlift. Have that support. You're still getting some single-sided, but if you can do a nice, good single leg deadlift, work on that balance, slow and steady, slow and steady. It's been a while since we've done full single leg deadlifts. We've been doing a lot of kickstands, and I know that my legs aren't super tired, but these feel really good today, for me anyway. And then I say that and I start falling over. Good. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Dumbbells down. Walk around, grab a drink. We're halfway through. We have one more set standing and then a little bit on the floor. And then we have one set down on the floor. So we're gonna do a plank walkout to a push-up. You can do round 1 plank walkouts. Round 2 chest press if you don't want to go to the floor, okay? You can use a chair. So you can just do round 1, step it back into your plank and up. Round 2 banded chest press, or join us for plank walkouts. Second set, bicep curl on the right, side raise on the left. Then we'll switch sides. Last exercise here, calf raises. Keeping it really simple. So plank walkout with a push-up, or this round, just plank walkouts. So 45 seconds in 3, 2, and 1. So we're gonna walk it out to a plank. So walk it out. You are very welcome to drop to your knees, do your push-up, come back up, and then walk yourself back up however you need to. So your time's on. If you want to do just plank walkouts, please do. If you're like, I just need to focus on chest work today, you can just do a banded chest press. It all just kind of depends on how you're feeling. We have 15 seconds. Haven't done push-ups for a while, so I'm like, we need to do some push-ups. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Good job, bring it all the way back up. One arm is gonna do a bicep curl, the other arm is gonna do a side raise. Feel free to have 2 different weights for dumbbells. Good, 3, 2, and 1. So both arms at the same time. Curl, side raise. Curl, side raise. The hard part is we usually end up doing like something kind of goofy. So we have to kind of use our brains a little. And then we want to make sure we're not leaning, right? Especially on that side raise. This is our brain challenge for today. So we want to think, I got to do a curl, I got to do a side raise. And it's going to be fun when we switch and we do the other side, because our brain's going to be like, I got it figured out. We're going to flip it. And our brain's like, wait, what? Here's 2 and 1. Good job. We're going to do heel lifts. You can do both at the same time. I'm going to support myself and I'm going to do single-sided lifts today. But I am going to hold on because my balance is not awesome. So I'm going to lift up and then I'm going to come down. I'm going to lift up, hold it, and come down. I'm trying to hold on as little as possible. If you need to do both legs at the same time, please do. You're good. This is just a good one to kind of practice. And sometimes, like, my floor is not super level, but I'm really focusing on moving through the ball of the foot and the big toe, not rotating out to my pinky toe. 10 seconds. Good, 2 and 1. Good job. Bring it in. We're going to repeat those 3 exercises. Plank walkout to push up. If you did the plank walkout on the first round, try doing a chest press this round, or an incline push up. That's all right too. Good. So I'm going to hinge it forwards, walk it out to my plank, down to my knees. Good push up, walk myself back up. So I'm feeling pretty good today. Just unintentionally did a push up on my toes. I'm just super excited I can do them again. It's been years since I've been able to do push-ups on my toes. Good, we have 10 seconds right here. Two and 1. Good job, bring it up. We're gonna go for bicep curl and side raise. And we're swapping sides. So if you did 2 different weights, remember to swap your weights. But now we're gonna do opposite side, 2 and 1. So here's my curl and my side raise. I'm not gonna judge how you do your curls and your side raises. I'm doing a little bit of a rotating bicep curl. If you just wanna do a hammer curl, you can. If you need to swap your hand position and look like this, go for it. Do what's gonna feel good for your shoulders. Get that exercise in. But nice tall movements. Brace the core. A little bit of a soft bend in the knee. Good, we've got 5 seconds. We're gonna go for heel lifts. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going for our heel lifts. If you wanna do both, keep doing both. I'm gonna go back for my single side. Good, 3, 2, and 1. So I'm gonna lift up. And I know, especially since the floor kind of slopes towards you all, this foot too likes to rotate out a lot more. So I'm going to do my position change, but nice and tall. Lift, nice good hold, and set it down. So nice good lift, and I want you to hold it whether you're doing single-sided or you're doing both. I want you to really focus on rolling through the ball of the foot and the big toe. Roll through. Work the inside portion of that calf muscle. Good. Rest. Bring it in. Shake it out. Walk around. Grab a quick drink. We are going to head down to the floor. If you don't want to go to the floor, you don't have to. All right. If you are going to stay upright and you're going to use bands, round 1, band behind you, chest fly. Round 2, tricep kickback or overhead extension. Either one is fine. On the floor, we're gonna do out, in, lower, and lift. So we're gonna combine the two. We're gonna do planks with shoulder taps. Incline planks are great, or you can do a dead bug, or you can absolutely just do a weighted march if that's what you're feeling today. Star crunches, if you're staying standing, you're gonna do a crossbody mummy kick. So crossbody mummy kick, or you can do standing rotations. But the rest of us are gonna go down to the floor, and we're gonna do a chest fly, open, close, and then a skull crusher. If you're standing, round 1 is the chest fly, round 2 is your triceps, and it's triceps of choice. But 40 seconds, or 45 seconds in 3, 2, 1. So all the way down on your backs. So we're gonna take it out, up, lower, and lift. So open, close, lower, lift. Open, close, ears, ceiling. So hands towards the floor, bring it up, hands towards your ears, and back up. So we're getting a little chest, little triceps. If you're on the floor and you're like, oh, my weights are very different between these two exercises, you can do the same thing. You can do round 1 flies, round 2 skull crushers. That's fine. 3, 2, and 1. All right, dead bugs if you would like. Just regular dead bugs. Otherwise, flip it over. Plank position, shoulder taps. If you're staying standing, try a weighted march. 2 and 1. So shoulder tap, shoulder tap. You can be on your knees. You can be on your toes. This is another one of those exercises where if you can take your knees or your toes just a little bit wider, so maybe shoulder width apart, it's gonna help you keep your hips level, because we don't wanna shift our weight from arm to arm or from side to side. We wanna try to keep everything perfectly centered the best we can. If you wanna be staying on your backs, you've got your dead bugs. You've got your dead bugs. We're focusing on core stability here. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, flipping it back over onto our backs. Star crunch. If you're standing, crossbody mummy kicks. So I'm gonna be completely flat. I'm gonna look like a starfish. I'm gonna lift my right arm and my left leg, and I'm gonna try to touch my hand to my foot. And then I'm gonna switch. My body, to start with, does not move. It's only arms and legs. So I'm kind of holding a dead bug or a plank on my back right here. If you wanna make it a little harder, you start to add a little bit of an oblique crunch. So when you take your hand towards your foot, you also lift your shoulder up towards your opposite hip or towards your opposite thigh. So you can make it a little bit more intense, adding a little bit of an oblique crunch. 8 seconds, we're gonna go back for our chest fly with our skull crusher. 2 and 1. All right, on our backs, chest fly, skull crusher. If you're standing and you did chest fly round 1, you're gonna do a tricep exercise here. And it can be a kickback, it can be an overhead extension. Good, time's on. Whatever tricep exercise you like that feels good for you. So if you can do an overhead one, great. If you can't, forward fold, kick it back. So we're just trying to focus on the back of the arm for those triceps. We did our biceps, now we got to do the backside. So slow and steady. Chest flies, arms, upper arm might come in contact with the floor. Back of the hand should not. We always have that itty bitty little soft bend in our elbow. Feel the stretch. Good, bring it in. We're gonna take it for our dead bugs or flip it over plank with shoulder taps. I'm gonna try this set on my toes, see how it goes. Here's 2 and 1. So I'm gonna lift it up right here. So tap and tap. I do have my legs wide. They're probably a little bit wider than shoulder width. If I need to bring them in a little, I can, but that's gonna make it harder. If you need to make it a little easier, take the legs just a little bit out farther. Good, 15 seconds. 10. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Carefully bring it in. Flip it back over onto your backs. We're gonna go for star crunches. If you're standing, crossbody mummy kicks. Or you can do straight mummy kicks if you don't wanna rotate. So arms out, legs out, look like a starfish. Start by just lifting the arm and the leg, keeping the core neutral. So it's kind of like a dead bug, but with longer levers, longer arms and legs. Make it a little bit bigger. Hello. I have company. I have somebody that's gonna do the workout with me. Good. Lift. So nice, good crunch. 15 seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, rest. You can just lie on your back. If you're standing, you can walk around. You can come to a seated position. Give yourself a minute. I'm gonna move my equipment out of the way. I'm gonna grab a drink, and then I'm gonna get ready to do some stretching. So we're gonna come up to our seated position. We are gonna do our 90-90s. If you don't wanna have your knees bent and your feet on the floor, you're just gonna take your legs out straight, but all movement comes from your hips. So we're wiggling our hips is really what we're doing. So we're gonna go from one side over to the other. Don't force yourself to get to the floor. So if you're here and it feels good, keep going. I am now an obstacle course for my cat. Yes, there is a closed door and you can't get in. The world is awful. Good, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it into the center. Let's take those legs out straight. We're just gonna think about squeezing our quads, keep the knees as close to the floor as you can get them, and we're just gonna very carefully walk ourselves out. You don't have to do a full, super stretch on your calves. Pressing the chest out towards your toes. Hi. She's gonna make this difficult. So we're just getting a nice good hamstring stretch. Good, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it back up. Find a comfortable position. Hand is on the floor. We're going to do a little side bend. Good. Bring it in. Switch it over to the other side. Hand on the floor. Reach the arm up towards the ceiling. I know they always have like puppy yoga and cat yoga, and I just don't know how that would work. Good. Bring it into the center. Flip it, if you can, flip it over onto your hands and knees. You're going to go back into child's pose. I'm going to try to figure out how to get rid of the kitty. Come here, sweetie. I know. It's hard. All right, flip it over. Child's pose. Sit your hips back towards your heels. Reach those arms out. Good, now we're gonna thread the needle. Take the right arm underneath the left, palm facing up. Rotate that shoulder towards the floor. Good, let's switch it over to the other side. So left hand under the right arm. Rotate the shoulder towards the floor. If you ever try to do these exercises and you're like, I can't be on the floor today, you can always do these sitting, standing, against a wall. You have a lot of options. Good, bring it back into the center. We're gonna come up, hands and knees, and now we're gonna come up to a half kneeling position. So one foot in front of the other. We're gonna tuck our tail, squeeze our glute, and we're gonna take it into a forward push, just a little one. And now we're gonna give ourselves a nice good pat on the back. So ribs are tucked and pulled in, tailbone pointing towards the floor, squeezing your glute, stretching the hip, bracing your core, and giving yourself a pat on the back for working out today. Good, release. We're gonna switch legs. So switching sides. If you need to come to standing, this is a great one to do standing. But tuck your tail, squeeze your glute, little bit of a push forwards. Give yourself a nice good pat on the back. Good, 8, 7, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring that arm down, take that front leg, pull it back. We're gonna come up to a standing position. We're gonna take the heels of our palms, place them on the shelf of our buns, and we're gonna pull our shoulders down and back, and you're gonna push down on your buns. So it's not about pushing your low back forwards, push down on your hips, and you do look like you're arching, but pushing down on the hips changes where the pressure points are, and it opens up the front of your hips a little bit more. So you can stretch your hips and be a little bit more protective on that low back. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Hip circles. Just nice quick hip circles. And change direction. Good, bring it in the center. Big breath in, hands behind the ears. Exhale into the small of the back. So yours might be here and here, and that's okay. So you might be like up and then up, but just try to go as far as you can, keeping those arms nice and open. Last one. Good, bring it in, roll the shoulders up, back, and down into your back pocket. Good, shoulders down, ear to shoulder, side to side. Bring the head up, look to one side, look to the other. Bring it in the center, 2 big breaths in. Spread the fingers, spread the toes, and exhale. One more time, breathe it in and out. And you are all done.